faithfully sharing value, exploring great books from around the world. Hello, this is Sally's Book Talk. The book we're interpreting for you today is Your Survival Instinct is Killing You. The subtitle is Why? Do you often feel anxious, panicked, or easily angered? Have you ever felt hungry or unsettled and instantly craved food and immediately want to eat? Do you get angry over trivial matters? Can't stop uncontrollably checking your phone and email? Even though you're exhausted, you're still dwelling on all the unfinished tasks, leaving you mentally and physically drained. Our living conditions keep improving, but people's happiness doesn't seem to be rising. Chronic diseases like depression, anxiety, insomnia, and migraines are becoming more widespread. Why are there so many health issues in modern society? How can we make ourselves healthier? The book we're introducing today, Your Survival Instinct is Killing You, explores exactly these two questions. The author, Mark Schoen, is a clinical assistant professor at UCLA's medical school with long-term research and practice in mind-body medicine and hypnosis. Mind-body medicine studies the relationship between psychological factors and health status. Schoen believes that many chronic diseases in modern society, though symptoms differ, share a common cause: the human survival instinct that's prone to errors. In harsh ancient times, the survival instinct drove us to confront threats quickly, boosting survival odds.
But in modern society, the survival instinct's hypersensitivity to the outside world ends up harming us. Schoen analyzes why this causes health problems and offers specific solutions.
To help us regain health, after publication, this book received many rave reviews. Scientific American magazine praised it for improving people's worldview. The Wall Street Journal noted it teaches you to retrain your brain for relaxation amid unavoidable hardships. But next, I'll break down the book's main content into two parts for you. Now, first, how the survival instinct harms us. Second, how to free ourselves from the survival instinct's damage. Let's start with the first part, how the survival instinct harms us. I've summarized this process into 3 stages. The first stage is experiencing psychological and physical discomfort due to external factors. The author believes that social progress has brought many conveniences, but in our fast-paced, high-pressure lives and work, we're more easily affected by all kinds of external factors. We unconsciously act based on outside standards, ignoring our inner feelings, which leads to various mental and physical discomforts like irritability, anxiety, headaches, and so on. The book introduces 3 types of external factors that trigger discomfort. The first external factor is advanced technology. Tech development is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it makes our lives more comfortable and better satisfies our various needs. On the other hand, technology worsens our patience. We're eager to get everything instantly. If a need isn't met quickly, it's easy to become anxious. Take microwave technology, for example. Before microwaves were invented, cooking was very time-consuming. And if a kid feels hungry, their parents might take an hour to prepare a meal. Well, while waiting, the child's patience gets built up.
But now, with microwaves and ready-made foods, we just grab frozen stuff from the fridge, heat it in the microwave, and eat in minutes.
Though it's super convenient, it lowers our tolerance for hunger. Ancient humans could go days without eating. But today, many people feel irritable, anxious, and down even after just an hour of hunger. Microwaves might not seem huge, but hunger is linked to our survival. The author thinks that getting instant satisfaction from food affects how we view other things. When our brain gets used to eating right away, it expects the same for everything else, making us less patient in life and work. Internet technology is also reducing our patience. It's all about quick and easy. When you don't know something, just Google it and get answers right away.
Want to reach someone? Anywhere in the world, you can video or call them instantly. The more we use the net, the less patient we get. We expect problems fixed now.
But many real-life problems can't be solved right away. If someone is overweight, they can't lose tens of kilograms immediately. If you encounter a difficult boss, it's hard to get along with him quickly. When we get used to just typing on a keyboard to find answers, facing these problems that require patience easily makes us feel restless and anxious. Internet technology also makes us easily bored, craving external stimulation. Just browsing the web, there are countless news, short videos, and jokes for entertainment. People have gotten used to surrounding themselves with various external stimuli. If someone doesn't check their phone or go online all day, they feel disconnected from the world and easily experience emptiness or even anxiety. These are all the negative effects brought by technological progress. Triggers feelings of discomfort. The second external factor is various external reference standards. From movies, TV, news media, to advertisements and surroundings, constantly defining standards for our lives. Now, these standards tell us how much we should earn, who we should marry, what to wear, and what to eat. If we ignore our inner needs and blindly conform to these external standards, it will also cause discomfort. The most typical example is weight loss. Modern society promotes thinness as beauty, allowing one to appear on magazine covers or in movies. People on TV are all slim. Under the influence of these external standards, many women feel insecure and anxious about their bodies, even resorting to extreme weight loss methods like forced dieting, taking laxatives, or excessive exercise. These methods violate normal physiological needs and lead to a series of health problems. Some people even develop depression due to dieting. The third external factor that triggers discomfort is life imbalance. In ancient times, social relationships were simpler. People just needed to work hard to feed themselves and reproduce without considering too much. But as society develops, interpersonal relationships become more complex, and the tasks we take on also increase. We have to raise children, care for parents, get along with partners, and complete work.
In the increasingly stressful modern society, many people have to respond to client demands even after work.
Dealing with demanding bosses, the ideal situation is to handle challenges in various areas and achieve a mutually coordinated balance. Unfortunately, this ideal situation rarely happens, and even if it does occasionally, it doesn't last long. In the past, societal changes were slow and relatively stable, but in today's fast-paced modern world, unexpected new changes and problems constantly disrupt life's balance. Someone might excel at work but have relationship problems with their partner. They might have both career and romance going well, but suddenly face gravely ill parents, forcing them to abandon a rising career and passionate relationship to return home for caregiving.
Facing such imbalance, people feel tense, restless, and find it hard to achieve inner peace and happiness.
The three external factors mentioned cause psychological discomfort like anxiety and irritability, and psychological states are closely tied to physical sensations. For example, research shows anxiety damages the parasympathetic nervous system, affecting digestive function. Thus, psychological discomfort leads to physical issues like indigestion, migraines, and chest tightness. Initially subtle, perhaps occasional insomnia, low mood, or mild pain, these discomforts are hard to detect. But persisting, they accumulate steadily. When accumulating sufficiently, they trigger the critical second stage, activating the survival instinct and adverse reactions. A brain region called the limbic system sits above the brainstem and cerebellum. Its function is controlling emotional responses based on received information. To fulfill the self-preserving survival instinct, our instinctive reactions and core emotions, happiness, security, fear, anger, are all governed by this system. When perceiving survival threats, it generates fear to prompt rapid bodily reactions, like seeing a snake in grass. Before conscious thought, fear triggers instant flight. This instinctive reaction is unconscious and irrational, fast but imprecise. It doesn't care if you mistook rope for snake. Only survival matters. Primitive societies were full of lurking, lethal threats. This instinctual sensitivity was beneficial, boosting survival odds. But modern society rarely presents true survival threats. Yet this instinct remains hypersensitive, magnifying discomfort into existential crises, triggering intense fear and extreme reactions. For instance, after graduating college, Xiao Zhang couldn't find suitable work, while his classmates pursued grad school or stable careers. So Xiao Zhang felt anxious and insecure about the future, feeling life was slipping out of his control.
When discomfort accumulates enough, the survival instinct perceives danger.
Triggering intense fear of imminent death. The resulting adverse reaction might be severe insomnia, as drowsiness feels subconsciously like death. We subconsciously equate sleep with death because it means losing control. Seeking safety, the survival instinct prevents Xiao Zhang from sleeping. These reactions vary by person. Like Xiao Zhang, Xiao Wang also feels future anxiety. His survival instinct might trigger binge eating, since food sustains life and avoids death. The survival instinct's reaction is to eat more. So whenever Xiaolong feels anxious, he compulsively craves food. Adverse reactions represent the tipping point where accumulated discomfort becomes qualitative change. We all experience manageable discomfort in life, usually without serious consequences. But adverse reactions feature intense symptoms beyond our control, causing suffering. When adverse reactions occur in specific environments, the brain forms conditioned reflexes, triggering reactions in similar settings later. Take Andrea, an executive at a major cinema chain, facing high pressure with late-night shifts, weekend work, and unhealthy eating habits. This chaotic life caused physical and mental discomfort, anxiety, fatigue, and morning aches. But Andrea dismissed these as normal aging, not taking them seriously. One sweltering summer day, during a conference room meeting, the AC failed, making the room stifling. Suddenly her heart raced, breath shortened, dizziness hit. Panicked, she fled the room, taking ages to recover. The author believes this happened because Andrea's accumulated discomfort had reached a critical threshold. The stuffiness from the AC failure was the last straw that pushed her overall discomfort to survival instinct activating levels. The heat-induced discomfort made her survival instinct think she was suffocating, triggering panic reactions. Afterward, even slight stuffiness in meeting rooms triggered identical panic reactions in Andrea. Over time, Andrea developed claustrophobia. In elevators, airplanes, or cabins, she'd experience panic attacks too. Facing adverse reactions, people naturally seek solutions, potentially entering stage 3, escaping through bad habits, creating vicious cycles. The book presents Bethany's case, similar to Andrea's: chronic work stress, accumulating discomfort. During a turbulent flight, her discomfort finally reached survival instinct triggering levels. She developed aerophobia. Every flight brought panic attacks, extreme anxiety, and fear of dying midair. But her job required frequent flying. To avoid panic, she started pre-flight drinking to numb her mind. Initially effective, but alcohol's impact weakened, forcing her to drink more for numbness. She consulted her family doctor, but prescribed anti-anxiety meds, also quickly lost effectiveness, requiring higher doses. Eventually, neither alcohol nor meds controlled her aerophobia. She canceled all flights, telling clients she was ill. Here, alcoholism and drug abuse became the bad habits for escaping adverse reactions. These habits treat symptoms, not causes. They distract and temporarily ease fear by avoiding survival instinct triggers, but discomfort gets suppressed, not eliminated. When the brain adapts to substances, adverse reactions return. Worse, dependence constantly reminds people of their problem, actually intensifying focus on and fear of adverse reactions. As alcohol and medication doses increase, people completely lose confidence, feeling unable to escape adverse reactions. Living in constant anxiety makes the survival instinct trigger more easily, creating a vicious cycle. All right, to summarize part 1, external factors cause discomfort like anxiety and headaches. When accumulated, the limbic system perceives survival threats, triggering instinctual fear and adverse reactions. Using bad habits to escape adverse reactions creates cycles that make survival instincts activate more readily. So how can we free ourselves from the survival instinct's harm? Now, in part 2, we'll address exactly that. Discomfort ignites survival instincts. Keeping it low prevents adverse reactions. Here we'll highlight 2 practical methods to reduce discomfort. First method, follow a structured schedule to build focus. First, survival instincts thrive in familiar, predictable settings. Familiarity means safety. In familiar environments, we're less prone to anxiety. A simple way to create familiarity is maintaining regular routines for work and life. Set fixed times for sleeping, waking, and eating. Dedicate specific times to specific tasks. Second, while following routines, stay focused. Do one thing at a time without distractions. For example, when eating, just savor your food. No TV or radio. When working, concentrate on the task. No chatting or scrolling. Cultivating focus reduces sensory overload, brings fulfillment, and wards off boredom. To prevent discomfort buildup, schedule dedicated relaxation breaks. The author introduces a quick relaxation technique, the shown breathing method. It induces relaxation, lowers blood pressure, and slows heart rate. Clinical studies show this technique can relax highly stressed people in just 45 seconds. Doing it 2 to 3 times daily effectively balances mind and body while reducing anxiety. The shown breathing method is divided into 3 steps. First, find a quiet space and choose a comfortable position. Sit down with your back straight and place your hands on your thighs. Step-by-step instruction. Step 2 is to inhale. Close your mouth, slowly and deeply breathe in through your nose for 3 to 5 seconds. While inhaling, focus your attention on your chest or head. Don't let your chest feel overly expanded or pressured, and don't raise your shoulders. Imagine your body gently and slowly rising. Done. After inhaling, hold your breath for 2 to 3 seconds. Step 3 is to exhale. Gently release a small amount of air through your lips. Each exhale lasts about 1 second, then pause for 1 to 2 seconds before the next exhale. After 4 such exhales, most of the air in your lungs will be expelled. Next, repeat the inhalation step to start a new breathing cycle. Repeat the same cycle 4 to 6 times to complete this rest session. The whole process usually takes about 2 minutes. You'll find yourself feeling much more relaxed and peaceful. In long-term clinical practice, the author also discovered that even short periods of exercise can effectively reduce anxiety levels. So, we can also schedule dedicated exercise time. It doesn't need to be long. For example, 5 minutes of stretching or jogging each time is enough to relax the mind and body and reduce discomfort. So, the second method is to expand your psychological comfort zone. Everyone has their own psychological comfort zone. Here, we face familiar things that feel safe and secure, but life is full of uncertainty. Whether we like it or not, we always encounter new challenges. The author believes we need to proactively engage with new things, which might bring some discomfort, but this discomfort is very mild and completely manageable. Learning to coexist with this discomfort actually expands our comfort zone, helping us better handle future challenges. This process is like vaccination. Injecting a small amount of bacteria or virus allows the body to adapt in advance and produce antibodies, preventing serious illness later. It expands the psychological comfort zone. There are many ways to expand the comfort zone. We can choose different commuting routes, try new foods we haven't eaten before, pick up a new hobby, or complete a challenging task. For example, if you're not good at expressing opinions in front of others, sign up for a public speaking class to challenge yourself. Expanding the psychological comfort zone and following routines. These might sound contradictory at first. The author points out the difference. Schedules govern routine tasks in life, like eating, sleeping, exercising. These are basic elements ensuring our quality of life. Beyond these fundamentals, we can seek new challenges to expand our comfort zone. All right, so far we've covered how to reduce daily discomfort. But sometimes, discomfort accumulates to dangerously high levels for various reasons. In such cases, we need quicker methods to prevent survival instinct activation. As mentioned earlier, the limbic system is irrational and emotional. It doesn't analyze specific contexts. Another brain region, the cortex, handles thinking, analysis, and logic. Slower but more accurate. The cortex can regulate and control the limbic system's survival instincts. For example, someone dieting sees chocolate cake and craves it intensely. The limbic system's appetite urges eating it, but the cortex warns it would ruin their diet. Excess sugar causes various health problems. If the cortex wins this internal debate, we resist the cake. But evolutionarily, the limbic system is older and stronger. When anxious, rationality often can't suppress survival impulses. How can we help the cortex regulate better? The author believes this requires cultivating dual aware ability. Dual awarelessness means experiencing discomfort while also feeling security, like relaxing on a sunny beach while tolerating itchy bug bites. That's dual aware awareness. The limbic system views experiences absolutely, either pain or joy, no middle ground. So upon discomfort, it exaggerates threats to extremes. Stimulated by survival fear, the cortex can't analyze fast enough before instincts activate. But if the limbic system feels safe, it won't instantly trigger survival mode. Using this gap, the cortex can engage in managing discomfort, using rational analysis to balance the survival instinct. We'll realize discomfort doesn't threaten life, and we have ways to cope with it. Well, here I'll highlight 4 dual aware awareness training methods. First, write down factors causing your discomfort. University of Chicago researchers found that when students wrote pre-exam worries, like insufficient study time or weak topic mastery, they could more actively seek solutions, ultimately achieving better exam results. Another study showed writing specific fears reduces limbic system activity, diminishing fear. The author believes writing these factors defines discomfort's boundaries. This liberates the limbic system from exaggerated, life-threatening emotions, helping it recognize reality's lesser severity and cultivate security. Facing written factors, the cortex can analyze and devise solutions, giving us life control and avoiding survival instinct triggers. The second dual aware method is linking discomfort with positive emotions. Practice this by first identifying 2 to 3 things evoking strong, positive emotions like quality time with a partner, achieving desired career milestones, receiving gratitude from others, etc. When recalling these, focus on the emotions they evoke: gratitude, joy, security. Next, imagine discomfort-causing scenarios. Public speaking, being criticized. Imagining these will trigger fear, anxiety, and discomfort. Then recall the positive experiences and emotions. Now you experience discomfort and security coexisting. You might feel tense pressure in your chest alongside pleasant warmth. Don't aim for comfort to overpower discomfort, just fully experience their coexistence. Long-term practice builds brain connections between discomfort and positive emotions. When discomfort arises, we realize it's not everything. We can still experience comfort and safety. By recalling positive emotions, we can ease the limbic system's fear, allowing the cortex to better analyze the situation and avoid activating survival instincts. The third dual-aware awareness method is cultivating your inner warrior. This exercise resembles the second method. The difference is, after imagining discomfort scenarios, recall not positive events, but figures or images that ignite courage to face challenges. These could be real people you admire, like Kobe Bryant playing through injury, or fictional characters, like Batman, who never gives up against any foe, or an energizing song. Imagine yourself as a warrior accepting challenges. View obstacles as stepping stones to growth and strength. This mindset shift through self-suggestion also brings security to the limbic system, encouraging proactive challenge facing. The fourth dual-aware training method utilizes social support and trust. Our brains produce oxytocin, a chemical secreted by both genders. Elevated oxytocin increases generosity, compassion, and helpfulness, while reducing stress and fear, creating security. Hungarian scientists found sharing secrets boosts oxytocin, deepening relationships. We leverage this to feel secure while experiencing discomfort. Here's how. Choose a friend or family member. Write your never shared secret on paper. Give it to them, Then have them share theirs with you. Sharing secrets makes us feel vulnerable. Discomfort arises from potential betrayal or disappointment. But when they reciprocate, we feel deeper trust and intimacy. The brain releases oxytocin, creating comfort and security. This practice links discomfort with safety, training the brain to accept coexisting sensations. The author suggests combining these methods with the shown breathing technique. First, use breathing to calm yourself, then write discomfort factors or recall positive experiences. This enhances dual aware practice. All right, let's summarize part 2. In daily life, we can keep discomfort low by following routines, building focus, and expanding our comfort zone to avoid triggering survival instincts. Plus, writing down discomfort triggers, linking discomfort with positive emotions, cultivating your inner warrior, and leveraging social trust. These methods train dual aware awareness, letting the cortex manage discomfort and balance the limbic system's survival instincts. With that, we've covered most of your survival instinct is killing you. The author believes hyperactive survival instincts are the biggest barrier to happiness in modern society. Learning to manage discomfort helps us maintain inner peace amid chaos, living with calm confidence. All right, your survival instinct is killing you. We'll wrap up the book here. Reading notes are below the audio. See you next time.